What up, my fellow fanfickers? It is your homeboy, Funky Luffy. He has returned to read some more. Yes, I have finally had some time to read more Splatoon 2 Human-terrestrial. And I believe we are on part 10, Turf War Training. Yes. Oh man, this is going to be good. Now, I know I haven't been reading as much as I hoped to. I've been kind of busy. A lot of things happened for a while now. And yeah. So, I got more business cards too. I got more like little cards from FanX. I wouldn't say a little bit though. I pretty much almost collected like every single booth's freaking card that I went to. But yeah, I'm going to be using some of those as well. But only in like later times. But anyway, for like fix that seem appropriate or somewhat. But anyway, I moved some stuff around on my wall. I got a huge blank spot above my TV. I do not like it. I'm going to try to go some more poster hunting online or anywhere I can. Really. You know, like small posters, really. Not like big macho stuff. Because I don't got enough wall for that. And I would like to put some stuff on the wall that you see behind me. But, that's going to be a complication. My dad spent lots of hours doing that wall. I really don't want to ruin it. I really don't. I don't. Anyway, without, oh, you know what? I didn't get any Splatoon art. I did not get any posters for Splatoon. That's what I was forgetting before I left. Darn it! At least I got more Legend of Zelda. And I finally got some Steven Universe verse posters. Yay! Although I would really like to have the diamonds. The complete collection. Blue, yellow, white, and pink. Or Steven. I really need to look up posters. I wonder if there's a poster store. Oh, for the love of. Uno momento. Okay, sorry about that. Mother. She wants me to listen for my little brother, the wee lad. We call him Guppy. I'm not going to tell you his real name. We just call him Guppy because his father is squishy from Guppy. Anyway, yeah, I need to find. I wonder if there's a poster store in Utah so I can like look stuff up. Artwork, a lot of cool artwork. I got like a lot. I need to show you guys again, hopefully, if I can one day. Anyway, without further ado, let's read a long-awaited chapter. Chapter 10. Turf War Training. Hoorah, boy. So, apparently I must have misplaced the card I was using for this fake. Oops. I know, fail on my part. My desk is like such a mess. I gotta organize it. I'll throw junk here, I'll throw junk there, I'll throw all the junk over there. But yeah, I really gotta tidy it up just a little bit. But so I'll be using a different card this time. So I found one pretty cool business card, right? Pretty cool. It is developed by Tumbarella. Here's the info on the back, if you guys can read that. It's backwards from where I'm looking at it. Website's down below. Shout out to them. Pretty cool stuff I saw there. Pretty awesome stuff, really. So cool. So cool. Oh, let me move that finger. So I'll give you guys a chance to look at that. And okay. or just pause it when you're done. So I'll be using this. Pretty cool. Looks like a Day of the Dead thing going on there. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I wish I had some Splatoon stuff. Oh well. Anyway, on to the read-through. So that's as best as I can get it in. Really? That's as best as I can do. Sorry. Uh, need your call. Okay, okay. Let me see. So, said Gray. What is Turf Wars? Uh, Turf Wars is a huge part of Inkling and Octoling culture. Oh boy. Kay answered. There are two teams of four. The main point of the game is to shoot ink and cover as much ground as possible. And the team that has covered the most turf wins. What do you mean, Inkling and Octoling culture? Cray replied, confused. I didn't know you guys had any. Long ago, before water levels started to rise, Octolings and Inklings were pretty much companions, said Kate. But sadly, it didn't end well. Did they split up? Gray asked. Well, well, due to the water levels rising, said Octolina rather shyly, the Inklings and Octolings were forced to fight over land, which resulted in the Great Turf War. The Inkling, the Inklings lost the first couple of battles, said Finn, but they won the second. And the Octolings, said Kate in depressing tone, were forced underground into the dark for the whole of their lives. Octolina's head drooped down a bit. She was very upset, almost on the verge of tears. That's terrible! Hear, hear! That is terrible! Shouted Cray. Couldn't you have done 50-50? That's how it was, unfortunately, said Kate in a sad mood. That's how wars worked then, trying to get as much turf as you can. So that's what this turf war is? The rest sadly nodded. But forcing them underground with no light? said Cray. That's really harsh, isn't it? Sure, rubbing it in the butt, that's too far. My kind never did that. Octolina head rose back up as her expression was less depressed to hear that someone actually shows sympathy for an Octoling like her. You think it's harsh? Octolina asked Octolina shyly. Bleh. Blah, blah, blah. Of course, said Cray. Couldn't have there been easier ways? Sadly, no, said Finn. Oof, way to put it blunt. Oh, that's a bummer, said Cray with a slight frown on his face. So then, I guess we should teach Cray how to do turf wars, said Kate. Yeah, sure, said Finn. It's been a while, okay? Do we go in that building? Asked Cray as he pointed to the arena built with yellow tiers. Yellow tower. um, okay. Well, we need to practice, so we got to the practice ones, which are this way," said Kate as she pointed to the opposite direction to where Cray was pointing. Kate and Co then got up from their chair and headed down to the practice arenas. It was a short walk, but it took them 10 or so minutes to get there. After a while, the groups managed to reach the practice arenas with no problems, fortunately. As they did, they chose one of the practice arenas that they haven't seen before, specifically one that was a lot circular and looked more like a miniature baseball stadium, with blocks and slopes in the middle of the arena. "This is it, guys. Welcome to Shell Stadium," said Kate. God, I really need to brush up on my voices. Ooh. When you don't read for a while, you get a little rust. You forget the tones and stuff. It's so big," said Cray in amazement. "Do you guys really need all of this for training?" "Yes, actually. Things get a lot messy in turf wars, literally." "So, how does this turf wars work?" asked Cray. "I'll show you," Kate replied, rather welcoming. In a sudden moment, Kate was being the teacher while the rest were gathered around. "Okay, the rules are simple, but let's lay some ground rules," said Kate bossed. "No kicking, punching, biting, grabbing, or headbutting is allowed. You must only hit a person with a primary or secondary attack." Gray put his hand up. "Excuse me, teacher!" I couldn't resist that one. "What do you mean by secondary?" Gray asked. "I'll tell you later," Kate replied before chucking a gun filled with ink at Cray's hands. "But first, your main objective is to splat the ground at all times." "So basically laser tag or a bigger version of paintball?" Cray asked. "On the floor." "Don't know what both of those are," said Kate, "but whatever floats your boat, I guess." Float your boat. And this is coming from a squid who can't even swim, let alone can't swim anymore. I find this funny, but I'm trying to hold it in. Oh, I can't. I don't know how to feel about this comment. Alrighty then. Cray then noticed a weird platform that looked much like a teleporter and pointed at it. "What's that?" Cray asked. Uh, that's a respawn station. This is where you respawn, Kate explained. "Self-explanatory," Finn aimed towards Cray. Hold on. I really gotta check who's talking here, cause, ugh. "However, you can avoid dying by any way possible. Stealth, dodging, or hiding," Kate said. "But the best way is going into Inkling or Octoling from all. Allow me to demonstrate." Octoling form. Blech. Kate then crouched slowly to the floor, but it was very unnatural, as her whole body turned into the same lime colors as her tentacles and transformed into ink. As her body turned into ink, she started to get smaller as she crouched and when she reached the floor. Okay, sorry, I will struggle busting real quick. uh, what was left was a lime green looking squid looking straight at Cray before it slithered across the floor, creating a small ink trail as it moved. Cray's eyes were wide open as well as his mouth. Cray was confused, shocked, and even a bit scared as the squid slithered across the floor before rising rising up back into an inkling. What? Kate shrugged in her humanoid form, confused of Cray's facial expression. What the hell did I just witness? Shouted Cray in both confusion and fear. But then you were, you were a green and you moved and now you're you again. Oh yeah, forgot to tell you. Ugh. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, Kate replied as she scratched the back of her head. We can morph into unevolved versions of ourselves. That's a bit creepy. I think I'm going to be sick. Gray shouted as his face started to turn a big green. Hey now, if you're going to blow chunks, do it off the ring. That's pretty much the basics of the game, said Octolina. Now it's time for the weapons, said Finn in excitement. Weapons? Shouted Cray in terror. I thought we were supposed to cover turf with ink, not kill people. You can't be killed in turf wars. We can only get splatted and respawn, said Kate. Oh, mm, said Cray. So what are the weapons? I'm glad you asked, said Kate. Get ready for a montage before there's a lot of them. Oh boy. Endless montage now starts. Ugh, this thing is loading. Hmm. Now this is where. Now this here is known as the Charger, said Kay as she held a long gun that looked a bit like a fishing rod. This is semi-automatic and can pelt down enemies. Here, try it. Oh, great. This is brilliant. My thing's loading, so I guess I'll have to wait. Okay, it finished loading. Thank God. Ugh. God, my laptop's slow. I think I needs to get it turn it in for a little bit of a fix up, maybe. I already need a new one, but I don't want a new one because I already got my stickers on it. Ugh. Anyway, here we go. Kate then threw the long gun at Cray. Fortunately, he managed to catch it. Kate then pointed at a couple of balloon-looking objects that were in the shape of squid. Cray then pulled the trigger, which caused a huge propulsion of ink to shoot forward. He was amazed how powerful it was. Whoa! This is cool, said Cray. So, why is it called the Charger? Because you can charge it, duh, said Finn patronizingly. Patreonously, I don't know. Blech. Cray looked at Finn rather angrily. All you gotta do is hold the trigger, said Octolina. Cray then pressed on the trigger and kept it held, causing the charge to blow in the matter of a couple of seconds. Oh, yeah! Prepare for an ultimate attack, said Cray confidently as he aimed the gun glowing charge at the squid-shaped target. As Cray shot it, a fast spray of ink propelled from the charge into the squid-shaped target, causing it to burst, but unfortunately Cray was propelled backwards as well immediately. Fire in the hole! Yeah! I'm playing! Oh, God. I think I need a new battery in my mouse. BRB. Okay, so I got a snack and a new battery for my mouse. I'm tired. I was getting tired of it dying on me. I don't know. As Chris shot a fast spray of ink propelled from the charge onto the squid-shaped target, causing it to burst, but unfortunately Cray was propelled backwards as well immediately. Kate facepalmed with Finn and Octolina giggling when Cray was shot backwards. Who wouldn't? That would be a funny sight to see. One time switch! Okay, so I wonder if I can use my sound effect thing. Hang on, I gotta check something. Okay, so I found a button that just goes, like I think it was supposed to be like, for people to like do that think face, you know? So, hopefully you like the montage music that I picked for this, really. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. It's from an app called Buttons. Endless montage. Montage switch. Boy, is dope. Sorry, gotta cut it off early on some occasions, you know? Anyway. This weapon might... No, who's talking here? Okay, Octolina. This weapon, my friend, is known as the dualies. Basically, the splatter shot, but you can shoot at a faster rate, said Octolina, as she handed Cray two identical pistols that were small in size. Uh-oh. Cool, said Cray as he shot some ink from the pistols and faced them upward after he finished. Not only that, Kate said Kate, but there's a special button. What? Boy, that cannot be good. Ooh, what does this button do? What does these buttons do? Said Cray, interrupting accidentally as he looked at another trigger next to the main ones of the pistols. No, don't! Kate quickly shouted. A small explosion of ink was heard, and Cray was shot directly upwards so high that inklings and octolings around the practice arena should see him pop up from a split second and fall back down. Gray screamed. Boy, he rocketed up there. Montage switch. Now this is a splatting, said Finn, carrying a huge heavy Gatling gun with both of his hands. This is some heavy artillery. Hard to handle, but will pack a big punch when fully charged. But remember, you must charge it in order to shoot it. Finn then passed the huge gun to Cray. Cray was struggling to lift it, but managed to keep it up from the ground. Whoa, this thing heavy! Just remember, aim first and then fire. Anyone, get to the bunkers! said Cray as some advice. Cray steadily aimed the splatling at the squid target and held the trigger, which made the weapon glow and rotate its barrel rather violently. After a moment, Cray let go of the trigger. Usually the gun would start shooting, but instead it stopped rotating and glowed brighter. The splatling had malfunctioned and began to smoke. Uh-oh, said Cray as the gun stopped rotating. Suddenly, the gun started shooting ink at high speed and was too powerful, causing Cray to be propelled backwards around the place. Ah! Cray screamed as the weapon was propelling him around the place. I'm trying to read, but I'm laughing at the same time. What do I do? What do I do? I'm sorry. I'm trying to read it too, but I'm laughing. Using my own voice for this. Oh God, who knew I could be so funny? Oh my God. Goy. Boy. Remain calm. It'll stop eventually. Eventually, my butt. Said Kate as she, Finn, and Octolina hid behind objects to protect themselves from Cray and the dangerous malfunctioning weapon. Slow down! Stop! It won't stop! Turn it off! It won't stop! Please help! Cray screamed even more as the weapon was still going. Suddenly, the weapon started to calm down, shooting less ink until finally it stopped shooting and making Cray fly around the place. Man, you're dangerous with that weapon, said Finn. I think so too, said Cray as he fell to the floor from the weapon making him dizzy. I'm sorry, I gotta cool off after that part. Okay, I'm cooled down. Alright. Suddenly the weapon started to calm down, shooting less ink until finally it's blah 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 blah. Alright, read that. Cray let go of the trigger, which caused some ink to spit out unintentionally and hit the squid-shaped target, causing it to burst. Yeah, I shot a target, Cray said Cray with his arms in the air and pleased that he shot something with a uncontrollable weapon. Oh boy, this is going to be a long training session, said Kate to herself in disbelief. To be continued. Boy. Well, I wish I could read a little bit more, but unfortunately I have other plans today. You know, life stuff. Bleh. So, thank you all so much for listening and being patient with me after all this time. I know it was annoying. Blah. Like, bruh, get us some reading. We need more Splatoon. I know. But I'll try to read more. I really do. It's just some days after classes, I'm like, oh, I'm zonked. But I struggle busted through the day because I know y'all wanted to get some more. Oh, hold on. Get some more reading from this before I go to work tomorrow. Oh my god. Oh, stretch and attack. Anyway, thank you all so much for being patient. If you want to if you want to listen to the other chapters or parts, or any other ones that I've read lately, then click the description down. Then click my subscription channel. Click the description channel button down below and the notification bell to let you know what else I'll be doing. Because if you haven't, you're a chump. I'm goofing this up. I really need to get my priorities done. I'm still a freaking schnoob. A noob. Eh. I know, y'all thinking, the noob is strong with this one. I know. But, come on. It's hard enough, really. It's hard enough to go through all this and, like, getting, blah, 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 blah. Honestly, I gotta find a place to move out and then I can do my own stuff. Or find a roommate who knows how to edit stuff and then me and him will make a billions. Kind of like the SMG4 guys. I mean, those two are pretty awesome guys. Love their YouTube channel, by the way. Huge fan. Well, not that big. I mean, I like their stuff. I like it. Anyway, thank you all so much for listening. This is your homeboy, Funky Luffy Hubs, the commentator, signing out. Goodbye.